Everybody, glad to have you here. We appreciate the media coming here today to talk about great fight card coming up July 5th in Daytona Beach, Florida, WSOF 11. Got a lot of the great fighters up here. We appreciate the convenience. Certainly got the great fight coming up tomorrow night here at the Hard Rock, WSOF 10 on the NBC Sports Network. This fight coming up, WSOF 11 on NBC. So that will be great to have that broadcast there on NBC, and the relationship there has been great. Ray Cephal will talk about that in a moment. First, I want to thank a lot of the great sponsors that have helped us here. The Ocean City Arena there in Daytona, the city of Daytona, Autoshopper.com, Green Beret Foundation, NASCAR is also a part of this event, Shout TV, and how about this? Everlast Hydrate. We got the bottles up here for the guys if you want to take them, try them out here. We'll put them on ice and keep them cool here before too long. And also want to thank Ticketmaster. You can get tickets for the fight coming up on July 5th in Daytona on Ticketmaster right now. Of course, go to our website, WSOF.com, to be able to find out the latest and greatest. Okay, as you can see, we got some great fighters up here. A great fight card that we're going to have that's going to be set up here just in the very near future. The turnaround is sort of quick here. The NBC stuff has made it worthwhile for us to be able to do this. The president of the World Series of Fighting and the guy who's got the greatest sports coat I've seen since, let's just say greatest sports coat I've seen in a long time. Sugar Ray Cephal, 7-time world champion.
Thank you, Ron. Part 2. Good afternoon, everybody, and also to everybody that's tuning in. Thank you for being here. This is the press conference for WSOF 11. As you can see, we have some of the great fighters here that will be on that main card. Justin Cagey, who's going to be the main event, will be facing off against, defending his world title against a very inspirational fighter by the name of Nick Noel. One of the legends in the sport, John Fitch, will be facing off against Dennis Harmon. Thank you, Dennis, for stepping in. And the other two legends in this game is J.G. Cavalcanti and Marvin Galar. I think this fight's going to be a crack of a fight, and so make sure you tune in. Now, most importantly, I want to thank NBC for seeing our vision and believing in us from day one. Obviously, our goal was to be on the network, and the team and I went out there. We sat down with John Miller and NBC Sports Network. We came to an agreement. Right out the gate, we made history, being the first MMA league to be on a national TV from right out the gate. So we did that. The next goal was to be on NBC, the mothership. In 2 weeks, we will be on NBC, the mothership. And so again, I thank NBC for believing in us and believing in the vision and what we do. And these are your main guys, main card guys on that night. Without a doubt, they are going to be there to perform, and so don't miss out on that. I want to thank also Ocean City, Ocean Center, should I say, in Daytona Beach, Florida, for hosting us. Auto Shopper, absolutely, for being one of our main sponsors. Thank you to them. NASCAR's. Also want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Scott O'Neill and the Green Beret Foundation for also believing in what we do and for being part of what we do. And of course, you know, thanks to them and for serving our country. That night we will be giving away a Ducati. So to tune in to win, you got to tune in to win, watch, play, download, and win a Ducati. And how you do that is you go to shouttowin.com and win yourself a new Ducati. It's a great bike. And also our new website, WSOF.com, powered by Sports 195. Again, thank you, everybody. Thank you also to IMG. We are now in 80 countries around the world. They see our vision as well, and we definitely are working to be in over 100 countries around the world by the end of the year. Again, thank you, everybody, for being here and everybody that's tuning in. Now I'm going to hand it over to Ali Abdulaziz, the brother, and also our matchmaker, and to pretty much kind of go down the fight card. Ali, the general.
Good afternoon, everybody, and I just want to thank everybody for coming out. Today is a very special day for me because I felt we made it. On July 5th, World Series of Fighting 11 is going to be on NBC Network. It's a game changer for all of us. And for all the fighters out here, Justin Gaethje, Nick Newell, Dennis Hallman, Fitch, JZ Cavalcante, Melvin, thank you. We all have made it to be on network television on July 5th. And since day one, every day we wake up in the morning, me and my brother here, Ray Safon, Sean Lapman, and Kevin and Keith, and everybody work in the office, and we say we want to be the best in the world. By doing that, we have to be we want to be number one. Maybe we're not there yet, but every day we wake up in the morning, we strive and we work really hard to be the number one promotion in the world. And working so hard, earning us a chance to be on network television on NBC. The main event, two unbelievable story. Nick Newell, a guy everybody counted out all his life in his wrestling career, he didn't care. He went out there, he's 11-0, he already won a world title in a different promotion. He's fighting a guy is a very, very tough individual. Guy doesn't care, by the name of Justin Gaethje, Division I All-American. And these guys, on July 5th, they have everything on the line. They have everything to win and a lot to lose. In my opinion, both of them, they're 11-0, coming off a long fight-winning streak, never lost. But the sad part of it, one of them gonna go home on July 5th. He's gonna lose. Very interesting matchup. Nick Newell got a background wrestling, a black belt under ATT. He's a finisher. He go every fight and he try to finish fight. That's what he does. The second guy on my right, Justin Gaethje, a guy, he's reckless, he's dangerous at any moment of the fight, even if he's down. We saw Brian cut for a whole round, have his back, he come back and finish him. But I believe on July 5th, Justin Gaethje cannot afford to make any mistake with Nick Newell. And he come from a great camp, and I hope he's prepared, because Nick Newell, I know he's prepared, and he'll be the wrong guy to make a mistake against. The second co-main event of the night, I believe he's a future Hall of Famer, John Fitch. Fought for a world title already. He was supposed to fight for a world title. His opponent pulled out. Jake Shield pulled out. Josh Berkman got hurt. I want to give applause for Dennis Hallman. He took this fight on 2 weeks' notice. I just want to thank this individual. Fighting someone like John Fitch is his caliber. They both have almost 100 fights between both of them, maybe 90 fights. We know on July 5th, when these guys go in the cage, they're going to leave everything on the line. I believe in this fight, Dennis Hallman have nothing to lose. He come 2 weeks' notice. He already built name of the sport. Everybody's going to know 50 years from now who Dennis Hallman is. But I think John Fitch, he have a lot to prove. He fought for a world title, and he's been one of the best welterweights in the world for a long time. I believe he's top 10 in the world still. He beat many names in the sport, and he's still one of the best out there. Dennis Hallman, he have 2 wins over Hall of Famer, UFC champion Matt Hughes. And we know to finish Matt Hughes, you need some special skill. Dennis Harmon did it on 2 occasions, and we know these 2 guys finish fights. The most exciting fight of the night, I think, is going to be 2 former teammates. Both of them used to train together at the Black Zillion. JZ Cavalcanti and Melvin Galar. Melvin Galar, a guy been in the sport for a long time. Almost fought for a world title, never fought for a world title. And I think WSOF fighting, whatever win from this fight, it will get a title shot. The winner will get a title shot, JZ or Melvin. JZ is a K1 champion, Dream champion, guy been around the sport for a long time. I think Melvin Galar on July 5th, he's going to have his hand full. And JZ Cavalcanti is one of those guys, he's dangerous all the time, and Melvin Galar is the same. We have made it. I believe all of us have made it. Our broadcast team, our production team, our home team, Ray, myself, Sean, our PR team. July 5th is a game changer for all of us. I really want to thank all the media had stood behind us for this 2 years and supported us and believed in us. And every card we put on there, we delivered. We put all the hard work and they believed in us. And we keep proving everyone wrong, because everybody said we're going to have 1 show, 2 shows. 2014, we have 7 more shows. I don't have anything much to say, but July 5th on NBC, history will be making. We have an unbelievable fight card and hard work and dedication pay off. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody here and the media. Thank you.
Yeah, just before I hand it over to Ron again, I just want to acknowledge, like Ali was doing, giving out some thanks. I also want to acknowledge our team at WSOF Fighting in the office, Dimitri, Donovan, Keith, our PR team, our Bert, our PR team as well, Danny, and those guys, Tupelo Honey, Kerry and the team at Tupelo Honey, and so on. And everybody else that's involved in running this whole machine, thank you guys, because we couldn't do it without you guys.
All right, thank you, Ray Sefo and Ali Abdelaziz. Let's go ahead. Before we go to questions, I'd like each of the fighters to have make a quick comment about your fight, your opponent, and some of the thoughts you think. Melvin, we'll start with you, and certainly marvelous career that you've had over the years. And you now get a chance to fight for a world title, which has to be exciting to you. And then we'll go on down the road, down the line. Each of you take about a minute, talk a little bit about your fight, your opponent, some of your thoughts on fighting on NBC on July 5th.
First of all, I want to say thank you to the organization for signing me. I'm excited about a new beginning. It's been a long time coming, and I finally get a chance to be in an organization where I'll be able to shine above and beyond my talents. As far as my opponent, Jay-Z always been a dear friend to me. He's always been a stand-up guy, very professional, even when we train together. And I'm excited to get in there and bang with him for real this time. And this time it's not 60%, it's 100%.
All right. Thank you, Melvin. Next up, John Fitch.
Do you want Jay-Z to go next? Or? Yeah.
We go, okay, Jay-Z, let's go, Black Zillion, we'll keep it in the family. Jay-Z, give us your thoughts on going at it with one of your good buddies.
Yeah, I'm really excited to fight on the NBC. It's a good opportunity, especially against Melvin, who's a star on the sport. He's a good name on the weight class, and we've been teammates. We know each other. We came here together, on the flight, talking. But for sure, on the day of the fight, it's a fight, and I'm going step by step. I'm not worried about the title fight, and just about the next step. Day by day. That's my view. That's how I live, and that's how I fight. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Jay-Z. John Fitch finally found your opponent for this fight, huh? That's and you went through a lot. Appreciate the difficult times going through that, knowing who you're going to fight. Dennis steps up now, and so finally got somebody to take you on. If somebody wants to finally fight you, huh? And go at it with you.
Yeah, I'm got nothing but respect for Dennis Hallman. You know, he's a real fighter. Real fighters fight. It doesn't matter where. It doesn't matter who. You get a date. You show up. You fight. That's what real fighters do. I didn't let the opponent problems bother me because I knew at the light at the end of the tunnel was NBC on July 5th, and that's all I had to think about and worry about. Be ready for that day. Be ready to shine on the biggest network there is in this country, and do some work. I also want to thank my new partnership with Nautilus Coin. If you guys don't know about Nautilus Coin, look it up. It's the future of currency. So I want to thank the World Series also for this opportunity to fight. I wish it was for the belt. I wish Pilares would have manned up and showed up to fight. But I'll take Dennis Hallman as a fight. You know, I've respected him for a long time. You know, he's only got to submit Matt Hughes twice. It's going to be a great fight. We're a couple of old dogs in this sport, and old dogs fight the hardest.
All right. John Fitch and Dennis, certainly your record well known. And not only do you have a lot of fights, but you won some big fights. Certainly, we mentioned, as Ali did, the victories over Matt Hughes. Your thoughts now on taking on another legend? You've got to do it again against a great fighter in John Fitch.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to be here. I want to thank World Series of Fighting for giving me the opportunity to fight John. Some people go their whole careers without being able to fight somebody of his caliber. I think Ali said top 10. I put John in the top 5. I've had the opportunity to fight a lot of great guys, and I'm adding him to the list. Like he said, we're old dogs coming to scrap, and expect us to be fight of the night.
All right, thank you, Dennis. The main event, what can you say about that? On NBC, to be able to have two great undefeated fighters, two great guys who we've all gotten to know very well. Certainly their skill in the ring is phenomenal. Outside of the ring, they're just great guys too, but as Oli said, one of these guys is going to go away with the belt, one without the belt. Justin has it right now, but Nick, will go to you first, and then we'll go to the champ. Nick Newell, as a lot of people over the years certainly have counted you out, but we saw that fight that you had in Southern California when you made your World Series of Fighting debut. World Series of Fighting believed in you, you believed in the World Series of Fighting, and it's been just a great relationship. And now I think a lot of people know your story. Now NBC is going to see your story and how phenomenal it is. In the ring against Justin Gaethje, boy, guy likes kicks people's legs off, okay? Your thoughts technically, how you take on a great fighter like Justin Gaethje.
Justin definitely has a unique skill set. He really is. There's not a lot of fighters out there like him. He's tough. He moves forward all the time. And honestly, I'm a fan watching him fight. It's a breath of fresh air seeing someone fight like him. That you know, sometimes people fight to not lose, and both of us fight to win. We both are 11-0. We both have 10 finishes. You know, I'm very honored that World Series Fighting gave me this opportunity. I feel I earned it. I can't wait to make the most of it. I can't wait to continue my relationship with World Series of Fighting, but as champion.
All right, Nick Newell, thank you very much. Champ Justin Gaethje bringing the belt in the ring and taking on an opponent that nobody's been able to solve this guy yet. Nobody has been able to solve what he has been able to do when he goes into the ring. How are you going to be able to do that on NBC July 5th?
You know, the good thing for me, my whole career, I've been essentially training versus Nick Newell. You know, I'm a wrestler and he's a grappler. He's going to try to get my head down and you know, and submit me. So I have you know, I've been doing it my whole life. You know, he can't take me down, and you know, he's going to figure that out. But you know, and I like Nick. He's a good guy, and I feel really sorry that I'm going to have to, you know, knock him out on national television. But you know, it's just something that I have to do. I got this target on my back, and you know, it's not going away.
All right, Justin Gaethje, thank you. Okay, Danny Brenner's out there. He's got the microphone for media questions. We've got a few questions up, so fire away. We've got some great fighters up here. Great opportunity to talk about this fight card coming up. Yes.
If I could start with Melvin, please. Melvin, I was just wondering if you could peel back the curtain a little bit on those 60% training sessions. Who got the best of those in practice?
Man, I'll be honest, you know, a lot of our training was pretty well matched. You know, Jay-Z is the technician on the ground. My stand-up, I was a lot quicker than he is, but his stand-up's even better now that he's working with Henry. So, I mean, I'm expecting a war, but you can expect a young assassin to show up on the 4th of July, that's for sure.
Thanks. And I'd ask Jay-Z as well. Did you say you guys flew in on the same plane together?
Yeah, it was.
That's kind of funny. So you're friendly. Is there any danger? Because I think fans are really, hoping that this turns into the slugfest that it could be. But you guys are kind of friendly. Is there any kind of danger that maybe you might take it a little easy on each other, knowing each other the way you do?
No, never did in training, never gonna be in the fight. I don't know, the fight's just gonna be 100%. It's a normal fight. It's like that's the way we train at the Black Zillions. Don't know, we train hard, not to hurt each other, but we train hard. And in the fight is different because we have different equipment. 4 ounces glove, no shin guards, so it's a little bit more, but it's going to be 100% for sure. It's a fight.
Hi, my first question would be for Ray or Ali. I was curious where John Fitch and Dennis Hallman are concerned. John was offered a title shot against Paul Yaris. Will this be a title eliminator?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously we got to see how the outcome of that fight is. John was in line for the title, and again, we are not sure exactly where Pajares is at with his mom. I know that she's going through some serious operations and what have you, and so absolutely right now, obviously John Fitch is in line for that title shot, and if he does win in WSOF 11, July 5th, without a doubt, he will be in line for that title shot.
Thank you. And my next question would be for John, just to follow up on that. You said you wish Paul Yaris would be man enough to face you, but knowing he has personal issues that are keeping him from defending the belt, does that make you feel any differently about the situation?
We all have problems. My dad's sick too. He's going to have a heart procedure the week of the fight. So, this is a big fight on NBC. He's the title holder. You have a responsibility as a title holder to defend your damn title. It's unprofessional. I hope his mom is well, and I wish him the best, and I'll pray for him. But you do your job. We're professionals. You do your job.
Thanks. And for Dennis, taking this opportunity to fight John Fitch, I mean, you guys obviously knew each other when you fought back in the past, but never faced each other. What do you feel about this opportunity?
The opportunity is as big as it gets. Like John said, it's NBC. What more can you say? The opportunity to fight, I'd fight anybody, heavyweight, lightweight. I'm just excited that it is John, and the opportunity to fight a guy that's his skill level and his ability. Like I said before, it doesn't come, it comes once in a career, and so the big stage at NBC and the allure of the John Fitch fight, it's on my mind, and can't wait till July 5th.
One more thing I'd like to add on this. I just to give the credit when the credit due. Dennis Hallman was supposed to fight I believe on June 28th in a different promotion, and I called Rich Chow. He's the guy, the promoter of this. He's the promoter, and I asked him, can we have Dennis Hallman? And he allowed him to fight. And I just want to thank Rich Chow and Battleground Promotion. And this is show. In MMA, we all can work together, help each other out. We can compete with each other. And I want to thank out Richard Chow and his team for allowing Dennis Hallman to fight for us.
I just want to follow up with Ali,
Thanks,
if I could,
Rich.
please. Ali, you said a couple times in your opening statements, we made it. We made it. This is it, NBC. But I'm just curious. I mean, do you have expectations? I mean, obviously, you're on NBC. You want to stay on NBC. You want to continue to grow, I'm sure. Is there a ratings number? Is there an expectation? I mean, what are the expectations of the very first show on NBC? Is there a benchmark or something that you need to accomplish to make sure that this continues as a successful partnership?
Our expectation, like I said, we wake up every morning, all of us, hard work and dedication, and work really hard, and we try to put on a great event. And I believe, our event, every event from day one, I can count on one hand how many boring fights we put on, or an error or mistake. I believe our event's getting better, our roster's getting deeper. We signing look at this. Look at these fighters. We have Melvin Gallar, Justin Gaethje, Nick Newell, Jay-Z, all these great fighters. And we only been around for a year and a half. John Fitch, we've all been around for a year and a half. And we have so many more young talent like George Karakani, Marlon Moraes. I believe on July 5th, we separated ourselves for many, many other promotions. And I'm not saying we are number 2 or number 3. We try to be number 1, and I believe our expectation.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut in, but I'm saying we're number 2. Our expectation, which is going to go deliver tomorrow, on July 5th, and we're going to put on a great event. There's going to be some great finishes. There's going to be some great fights, especially when you have guys like Justin Gaethje and Nick Newell fight in the main event. You can make a highlight library out of their whole career.
Question for Melvin. You said that you're finally in a place now where your talent can shine. What do you mean specifically by that?
Well, I mean, it's obvious. Like when you're in the UFC, you're floating in the pack. It's a bunch of guys. It's a lot of talent. There's a lot of talent in this organization too, but sometimes you don't get that fair shot that you should get sometimes, and then next thing you know, you got rematch after rematch. I mean, I'm 31 years old. If I'm gonna be a champion, now's my time. So I feel now's my time to be a champion in the organization, and I'm coming to get what they got.
Facing a former teammate of yours, there's been a lot talked about the split between you and Black Zone. Is there any kind of bad blood between you and Jay-Z whatsoever?
Any bad blood between me and who?
And Jay-Z whatsoever.
No, there's no bad blood there. I mean, we're professionals. It's a fight. I'm coming to win. I'm not going home with a loss. And it's 4th of July weekend, man. I'm always giving up fireworks on 4th of July. I'm going for the knockout.
And John, one question for you. Do you feel, you were in the UFC for a long time, obviously one of the winningest welterweights of all time. Do you feel kind of reinvigorated by this new opportunity?
Absolutely. I feel that my destiny's in my own hands right now. I don't feel like I have to wait on an opportunity from somebody else. I feel like the opportunities are there for me to take. I don't feel like World Series is in any way trying to control or dictate the flow of how things are happening. They're allowing the fighters to fight for themselves and set their own destinies, and that's the way it should be.
John, I just want to follow up with you. People refer to you all the time, and justifiably, as a future Hall of Famer. How do you look at your career? I mean, do you agree with that at this point?
I mean, I'm living in the now, man. There is no past, there is no future. There is only the eternal now. And right now, I'm getting ready to fight Dennis Hallman on NBC. If other people want to talk about that, that's up to them. But I'm too busy doing what I'm doing right now. When I retire and I'm getting old, I'll be able to look back and talk about this stuff with my kids and my friends. But I'm enjoying right now, and I'm enjoying the life I have, and I'm enjoying getting to fly around the world and beat people up.
For Nick, I'm curious, obviously you've been a part of some big fights already in your career. You're no stranger to the cameras and that sort of thing, but talk about this particular experience. I mean, national television, title fight in a major organization, not a regional promotion. What does this moment feel like for you?
It's awesome. I feel like I'm coming in, and this is the opportunity of a lifetime for me. I've never had a fight this big before or anything like this, and NBC is the biggest network in the world, and I get to main event on World Series of Fighting's first show, and I get to grow with the promotion, and I get to fight Justin, and he thinks he's going to knock me out. I beg to differ. I feel like I'm one of the harder guys in the division to hit. I think I have great footwork, and I think it's going to end up being an excellent fight. And, it's going to be on the biggest stage in the world. And that's the way I could only dream of it happening in the way that it should be.
And just to follow up with Justin as well, I mean, talk about how you're feeling at this moment. You are the champion coming into this fight, but a lot of hype has been around Nick coming into this fight as well. So, is this just a matter of you defending your belt, or do you feel like there's something you still have to prove to people?
I mean, I have a lot to prove in this sport. I've only fought 11 times. I haven't lost yet. That's got to come too. This comes with the game. So I'm ready for Nick. I think he deserves this shot, and I don't think there's anyone more deserving of this shot right now at this point. And he's very confident, and that's one thing you can't train against is heart and confidence. So I'm prepared, and I'm just making sure that I'm ready for a 25-minute war. And I hope that he brings that to me. I hope I don't have to chase him around the cage.
Hey, just one quick one, if I could, for Dennis. Lots been made of you stepping in on 2 weeks' notice. I guess this is probably nothing new to you in your career. You've done a little bit of everything along the way. But does it affect anything? Is it a good thing not having as long to think about a fight? Is it a bad thing? I mean, talk about how it affects you, if at all, to come in on short notice like this.
Like Ali said, I was preparing for a tournament the week before. So it was just natural to slide into the fight. All of us fighters here understand the job we have for World Series of Fighting, and that's to leave it all out there on the line, and so we can come back. And that's what I plan on doing. Whether it was 2 weeks' notice or 1 week notice or 1 day notice, go out there and lay it on the line.
Hey, John, let me add something. Dennis Hallman's supposed to fight 3 men at the same night. The only one different, we're not going to have to worry about Dennis Hallman out of shape, or if I really thought for 1 second he's going to come look and get gas in the first round, he will not have a 4 sets of fighting. But I respect him so much, and I know he was training to fight 3 men in the same night. The only difference, on July 5th, this co-main event, Dennis Hallman will fight John Fitch. This is the only difference. The quality of the opponent is much higher, but he's only fighting one fight on July 5th.
Question for Ali, actually, since you're up there. This week's news about Scott Coker and Bellator. You've laid out a challenge to those guys before. What are your thoughts on the landscape now and possibly doing a co-promoting card with them?
Listen, I'll be honest with you. Like I said, July 5th is separate us. I'm not going to talk about nobody. I'm talking about World Series of Fighting, July 5th, the best card you can put together, even the card. Tyrone Spun got hurt. Chick Shield got hurt. Pajaras got hurt. So many guys got hurt, but we have the best fighter in the world saying on my right and on my left. And on July 5th, they're going to put an amazing, exciting fight. And I guarantee you, 3 out of these 4 fights will be a finish. I don't know who's going to finish who. It will be a lot of finishes. It's going to be high volume of punches, and it's going to be exciting, and I can't wait.
Question for Justin. As the World Series of Fighting champ, where do you see yourself in the, in rankings or whatever? Where do you see yourself in the lightweight landscape?
I see myself at the top right now. I'm the champion, and I've always, in wrestling my whole life. I was always the person to be in my little town. Not much there, but I love having the target on my back. I get to just worry about myself, and don't worry about. I'm not worried about any of these guys up here. I know they want my belt, but it doesn't matter. It's mine, and they're not going to take it.
All right, thank you. Any final thoughts? We want to bring the Green Berets up here if we can. The guys, Scott, if you could bring your guys up here, fought and served in Afghanistan, who this fight is for, and who we owe certainly the debt of gratitude of being able to live in a free nation. The guys that are here, the Green Berets, we can have you come up here and acknowledge you and thank you for your service as we get ready to celebrate Independence Day. Well, it'll be the day after Independence Day, but close enough, certainly. Independence weekend will be with the Green Berets. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your service. They fought and won in Afghanistan, some of the battles, hand-to-hand combat, and came out victorious. Okay, thank you guys. Appreciate that.
Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
And thank you for your service for our nation. Now let's get some photos up here. Stare down time. We'll start first, Jay-Z and Melvin.
Oh, shit.
All right, first, Melvin, Jay-Z Cavalcante. We'll get Ray and Ali. Okay, now look out. Both of you look out. Face. All right, Black Zillions rock. Thanks, guys. Okay, Dennis and John, next up. These guys came all dressed up, too. All right, thanks, guys. The Battle of the Undefeated, Nick Newell, Justin Gaethje. All right, guys, thanks.
You see how much he's shaking?
All right, thanks, guys, great. And again, remember World Series of Fighting 11 taking place on NBC July 5th. We've got the weigh-in here at 4 o'clock later today for WSOF 10, and then, of course, the fight will be tomorrow night on NBC Sports Network. Thank you very much, guys. Special thanks to the media who came here, and appreciate it. And the Green Berets, thank you for your service, guys.
Scotty, can you stand between Ray and just come around?